Hi everyone, today's Tuesday, May 11th, 2010, and I'm Ryan, your host on Tuesdays for the Baby Beaver Bunch. Today we're going to be talking about sex, so here we go. Let's draw a diagram. Okay, so hopefully I won't get in too much trouble for this, but you know, it's for educational purposes, so probably won't. Okay. So this is the clitoris, this is the clitoral hood, this is the urethra for peeing, this is the vaginal entrance for penetration purposes, this is the labia minora or the inner lips, this is the labia majora or the outer lips, and for convenience sake let's draw a vaginal canal that for some reason would not be okay, this is a vaginal canal. Okay. You see all that? The most sensitive part of this is the clitoris. It has 8,000 nerve endings, which is twice as much as the tip of the penis. It is the only organ that is known, and its only function is sexual pleasure. The inside of the vaginal canal is nearly numb, unless you hit the G-spot, which is right about there. If I were to give you guys an example of that, if this is a vagina, and these are my fingers, it's right about there. But other than that, the inside of the vaginal canal is nearly numb, and the further in you go, the less nerve innervation there is. There are many STDs. Back in the day, there used to be only 7 STDs, and they were all bacterial. However, now there's about 32, and some are viral. If you didn't know this, viruses stay with you your whole life. There are no cures for viruses, and virus STIs, infections, are like herpes, have no cure. You can take things to make the symptoms subside, but they have no cure, and there's more than one strand. There's tons of strands because your body manipulates different diseases and infections, so you can get herpes a bunch of different times with all different strands. So you can get herpes like 1 time or 100 times, if that was, you know. STIs can spread not only from genitalia to genitalia contact, but also from mouth to genitalia contact and from hand to genitalia contact. STIs like genital warts, HPV, can be spread from hand to genitalia contact, and because the warts, if you're a woman, are on the inside of you, and because the inside of the vagina is nearly numb, and the further in you go, the less nerve innervation there is, you can't feel that. There is no way to know if you have an STI unless you go to the doctors. If you are sexually active, you need to go to the doctors to get checked. Most STIs are asymptomatic, which means there's no visible signs and you can't tell. So go to the doctors, get checked, and make sure everything's clear. And do that often. I'm not sure how often you have to, but do that often. The only 100% way to prevent pregnancy and to protect yourself from getting any sort of sexually transmitted diseases or infections is abstinence. I know it's far-fetched, I know you guys probably won't pay any mind to this option, but it is the only way to prevent any of that nasty stuff from spreading. Trojan did a study with their condoms and gave 100 couples condoms and taught them how to use it, taught them how to store it, taught them how to put them on, basically everything that you need to know in order to use condoms properly. And still, with all of that information, 21% of the couple's condoms failed. So now, because we're so undereducated about safer sex, and because we're so undereducated about how to protect ourselves from the spread of all of that nasty stuff, the chances of condom breakage and condom failure and all of that is way up, and much higher than 21%. Pulling out obviously doesn't work because there's lots of pre-cum in order to clean out the urethra and prepare it for actual cum, and that still has thousands and thousands of semen in it. So and on top of that, even if you pull out and you explode anywhere near her, if your jizz gets anywhere near her vaginal secretions, it can swim its way up to her uterus, and then you've got a baby. The pill only works 95% of the time, if and only if you sorry, my phone's vibrating. If and only if you take it consistently every day at the same time every day. So although abstinence may not seem very fun, it is the only way to prevent STDs, STIs, and pregnancy. There are many ways to protect yourself. There are condoms, there are female condoms, there are dental dams, and that's all I have with me right now, but there's lots more ways. Jackie touched on this subject, but I just wanted to elaborate. So, dental dams basically look like saran wrap, but thicker, and usually have a flavor. This one's flavored like mint. You put it over your partner and do your business. I'm going to teach you how to make a dental dam out of a condom. So, how to properly open a condom is that you push the condom to the side of the package, right? And then you get one of these notches, and then you carefully, very carefully, open that up. Okay? You take the condom out and make sure that the tip, you see this? It would easily open. However, if you were using this side, it wouldn't easily open at all. If you're putting that onto your penis or a toy, you need to know that. And as soon as you put it on, do not flip it over, because there can be some sort of pre-cum, and pre-cum can impregnate or spread STDs and STIs. So to make a dental dam, you basically just take the tip, you cut it. That was my watch, sorry. Then you put the scissors into the thing that you cut, and then cut it further, and then you unravel it, and then you put it over your partner and do your business. Yeah. Female condoms, I'm not sure how to use them. I don't know what they look like, but if you can see the little diagram, I'm pretty sure you just put it inside of yourself or your partner or something. I've never used one, so I don't know. There are tons of different types of toys. I'm not sure of them all. I don't have any, but there are dildos, there are strap-ons, there are vibrators, there are pack-and-plays. I've even seen some tongue-piercing vibrators, and I think those are pretty cool. I don't have a tongue ring, though, so... a lot of trans guys like to use strap-ons in order to feel more masculine, because strap-on basically functions as an erect penis would, except for it's a prosthetic. Pack-and-plays are like Packers, this is mine. It's something that trans guys put into their pants in order to feel something, in order to, you know, feel less bad. Pack-and-plays are basically like a packer that you can also use for intercourse, which is pretty convenient. Vibrators are pretty obvious. They're vibrating sex toys. With sex toys, you always need to put a condom onto them, and change the condoms out frequently. Whether you're penetrating your partner vaginally and then anally, you need to change out the condom between those. If you're going from anal penetration to vaginal penetration, you need to change out the condom, because if you don't, there can be spread of bacteria and possible infection. If you're using the toy on one person and then you move to the other or yourself, you need to change out the condom, because again, that can spread unwanted diseases and infections if you don't. Let's see. That's all I really have to say, so I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, guys.